Hi, so my name is Dr Kerry Perkins and I am a lecturer here at the University Centre Sparsholt, and I'm actually standing here today in front of our Aquatics Research Centre, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to show you a little bit around today. But first I want to tell you a tiny bit about actually what we do here. So I'm really lucky. I get to work in the middle of the Hampshire countryside in a really great place with lots of different fish and lots of different aquatic creatures. And what we do actually is we generally teach anything from the age of 16 right up to, and people in their undergraduate or even their master's degrees. So we've got a university attached to a college, and I'm one of the lecturers for the university courses here, and I really enjoy being able to get hands-on with the students. So what I'm hoping to show you right now is actually some of the stuff that we do today. So come with me and we'll have a bit of a look. So we're quite lucky here. We've got not only the building here, but we've also got a trial centre where we do some salmon research right down by the lake. We've also got a lake, which is amazing. But also what we can do is we can do some practical aspects with the students. So we can do things like working with ponds and actually teaching students how ponds work and what they do. So this is one of the ones that we use for teaching, and you can see here that actually it's quite a large pond. It's got a little filter on it. So this is something that you might see in your home aquarium. But this is a way of teaching the students actually about pond health and actually what we can do in it. Over here we have something slightly different. We have actually a pond where we're actually digging it out. And the reason why we do this is actually because a lot of our students go on and do things like landscape gardening, or they actually are building ponds not only at a small scale but big scale in fisheries around the countryside. So it's really quite key that we teach them these skills, and I think that's it looks like a hole in the ground, but actually it's really quite an important skill for the students to learn. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go for a bit of a wander around the inside, because I think for me that is the heart of the whole centre, and I actually really enjoy that aspect of looking at the fish tanks and actually how things work. So we're going to have a bit of a look at what we've actually got. Now we're very lucky here. We have the expertise to be able to breed different types of fish, and we do that with our students in the undergraduate degree. So what I often do is teach them the aspects of it, and then we actually do it as a practical. And I think the best way sometimes to learn something is actually by doing, and in this case we do it with Claris catfish and tilapia and also koi carp as well. So there's some of those fish might be fish that you've heard of before, but some of those may be new to you. So let's have a look inside. So you can see here is a bit different to what you'd think of maybe a fish store would look like. If you've only been to a pet store, you might see lots of different glass tanks. It's quite different here, and we're an aquaculture facility as well as being a research facility, and also a teaching facility. So we've got the three hats that we would like to wear. And this section that I'm standing currently is actually all to do with about showing the students how to breed the different types of fish. So I'm standing right next to our koi carp, and we're going to have a little look at those in a second with feeding. But we also have Claris catfish and tilapia right at the end, which are species that we don't necessarily come across. One is African and the other one is from Asia. So very different to what you might find in your garden pond. What's also very exciting is this unit over here, where we've got the ability to actually rear different types of fish. We use this mostly for our Claris catfish and our carp spawning every year, which we do sort of February, March time. But let me show you one of the piece de resistance of our crown here. One of the places I really like to spend a lot of time in is actually in this hall here. So you can see this is quite a different setup. So we're just going to have a quick look down here, and we're going to just stand and have a look and say hello to my friend if he wants to come over. So you can see my little friend here is a puffer fish. Okay, it's a dog-faced puffer, or golden puffer, it's often known as. And we're actually doing some training with him now to actually get him used to having different types of food, different types of stimulus. So we do a lot of behavioural studies here, as well as actually just learning how to look after fish as well. This little guy down here is a triggerfish. They're awesome. They basically can wedge themselves in rocks. And then the little guy at the back is a yellow tang. And if any of you have seen Finding Nemo or Dory, there is a yellow tang, the guy who likes bubbles in there. That's that yellow tang there. So let's go out and actually have a look at our carp, which is the last little whistle stop tour spot for us. It's just out here in our lovely sunshine-filled atrium. And what's great about these guys is they're always looking like they need some food. So if you can see, you'll be able to see them. These are all different carp that we've sort of bred here. Some of them are koi carp, which are the more colourful ones, the orange and white ones. And then some are sort of more grey colour, and you may have seen those if you've been fishing. They're the common carp, or some of them are mirror carp as well. And the way we can tell the difference between the common and mirror is that the mirror carp have the bigger scales. So if I throw some food in there, you might be able to see they get quite happy in the sense of looking after food. So, and when we're feeding them, we're looking for that feeding behaviour. So we're making sure that all of them are actually eating and that they're all behaving normally. And that's a key aspect of actually being able to run the centres, understanding our animals and actually being able to give them a good quality of life, but also learn from them as well. And I think that's one of the key aspects that we look for. So that's the end of my tour for today, but I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the last little bit where I get to actually have a chat and answer some of your really exciting questions that I hope you put towards me. And yeah, really looking forward to it. So see you then.